Well, hey folks, welcome back. And oh man, what are you doing today, Tom? You read the description, we're doing a comparison between two types of griddles. And they're both, one is the Camp Chef down here in the bottom and the Blackstone up at top. They're both 4-burner griddles. They're both very comparable in size. And this is going to be interesting. And at the same time, it's going to be a little difficult for me to do because in the end, I'm going to tell you which one I like the best. And why it's hard for me to do is because I own both products. I own Camp Chef products and I own Blackstone products, and I like them both. So we're going to dive into this. I'm going to show you, the differences between the two, and like I said at the end, you're going to get my recommendation as to which one I would use. So stay tuned. This is going to be interesting. All right, folks, that's how they come packaged. Mostly all manufacturers do a pretty decent job of packaging their stuff up, and so does Camp Chef and Blackstone. The difference here is that Camp Chef sends it in 2 boxes. You get the griddle section in another box, and the advantage there is that when it comes to weight, it makes it a little easier to handle. The Blackstone's a pretty heavy box. It's almost a 2-person lift, so you're going to need 2 people to get that into the house or into the garage or wherever you're going to put it together, whereas the Camp Chef, well, I had no problem handling it. So we'll keep on going. All right, folks, there's the Camp Chef put together. Took me about 45 minutes. Instructions were pretty decent. Everything was pretty straightforward. One of the things, it's a great time when you're putting it together to look at the fit and finish and the materials used. And everything is pretty robust and heavy duty with the Camp Chef. One thing I really did like about it, they use the same size fasteners for everything. So you're not really, fumbling to make sure you're using the right size fastener because there's only one size. So went together pretty nice. A couple surprises. I'm going to save that for later though, and these are surprises I weren't aware of. So stay tuned and let's take a look at that Blackstone. I'm sure that'll go together just fine also. All right, folks, there's the Blackstone all put together. Went together a little bit quicker than the Camp Chef, maybe about 10 minutes. They're trying to maintain that this thing is portable. Those legs on the bottom actually swing out, and then all that holds them together is that bottom shelf. You can kind of see it down there, and there's one screw there and one screw there that they're plastic. They pull in and out. I mean, I guess it's fine. You can kind of see there is a little bit of a difference, and you can tell by the shipping weights. The Camp Chef total shipping weight with the 2 boxes, that includes the top, was about 216, whereas the Blackstone was 137. Now, you minus the styrofoam and all the cardboard and that, we're probably looking at about 130 versus 209. So the Blackstone's definitely got some heavier duty parts. I'll go into that a little bit more. The thickness on the tops on our griddles is they're both 3/16, so you can't really see it there. But we'll go into some of the differences. But it went together just fine. I got no issues with fit and finish, and installation was fine. Let's get into some of the specifics, shall we? All right, folks, let's start with the Blackstone. Positives. Positives are that they changed the top on it. It now has a total lip up front of here, and the grease goes to the back. So going to the back, I don't think it's a huge deal. For someone, depending upon if you're cooking up against a wall or something like that, that could be an issue for you. You can see the way that it used to be, and here's my 28-inch. You can see that they used to have an issue with the grease flowing down and would go down the legs, so we had to do a bunch of modifications. Another positive is that it's well built. It really is. The shelves, depending upon how it works for you for storage, that could be a positive or a negative. So they don't fold down. They fit in the pockets, and then there's screws on the bottom. See if I can give you a look-see at that. Yeah, you can see them right there. That you have to unscrew, and then they slide in and they slide out. So that could be a positive or a negative for you. There's the wheels, 2 casters, 2 stationary. They do roll nice. They're not very large, so if you're going on grass or gravel like that, that's going to be an issue for you. And also, they don't level. So there's going to be, you want to get this as level as possible when you're cooking with it. Also, one of the biggest negatives that Blackstone hasn't taken care of yet is the gap between the base and the top, and you can see it right here. So what happens is the wind blows through there, and it does affect your flame. So your burners, there's 4 burners, they're right underneath there, and the wind goes through there, and it hampers the temp of your griddle top. So that, I wish they would, and you know what? Blackstone, I'm going to show you a quick fix here. I did this on my 28-inch, a little windscreen that I built out of just aluminum. Put it on there and it works just fine. So those are some of the positives and the negatives of the Blackstone, and let's take a quick look at the camp shelf, shall we? All right, folks, let's take a look at the camp shelf 4-burner. A couple things here. Number one is the top. The top is seasoned. I like that. I think that's out of the box right now. This is ready. This is ready to cook on. I like that. Nice feature. The shelves do fold down. That's also a nice feature. The grease tray is nice. It slides in and out. We're going to show you some of these features a little bit closer up. You do have 2 shelves. Do you need 2 shelves? I don't know, but I guess that's a nice thing. The burners do light independently. I like that. There's a nice little beverage opener there. I see that in a lot of the Camp Chef products. Nice thing on the wheels. There's 2 of them. They're 6-inch. They don't have casters on the other side, so you do have to lift it up. But what's nice about that other side, you can see them down there, is that you can adjust the level of them. So they go about 3/4 of an inch, which is nice, because like I said before, you want to cook as level as possible when you're on these things. Now here's one thing I do like, is that when we look in between our gap here, between the base and the top, is that it is totally filled in. So wind is not going to be an issue with blowing out your flame and hampering the temperature on your griddle top. Now there's even a bigger surprise, and I guess I knew about this, but I thought it was an option, is that when you buy this, it's also a grill. So you remove the top, and I'm going to show you. You keep on watching. You remove the top. There's a grill underneath there. It's pretty cool. So those are some of the features of the Camp Chef. I would say if there's a negative here, is that it is definitely not. It's really not portable. I mean, it is heavier. You'd have to take some stuff apart. If you had 2 guys, you could definitely lift it up and put it in the back of a pickup truck and strap it down. I guess that would make it portable, or you can maybe lay it on its side and take obviously the griddle top off, but it's not as portable as the Blackstone. So I tell you what, let's look a little bit closer and do a breakdown of all of this. All right, folks, let's take a look underneath the griddle on the Camp Chef. And like I said, there's actually a grill underneath there. I think that's really kind of cool. And you can see everything underneath is nice stainless steel. You got some heat deflectors here that protect your burners. I think it's a real cool thing to have. Works really nice. You know, it's a nice option if you're looking for a grill and a griddle. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Let's take a look at the Blackstone. All right, so that's what's underneath the griddle on the Blackstone. In all fairness to Blackstone, they do make a grill box for this. I looked on Amazon, it's like $65. So that option is available with Blackstone, but it's an extra. So let's take a look at a couple other things. All right, I talked about the shelves here. Here they are on the Camp Chef. You can see they just fold down real nice. Makes it easy for storage. Let's take a look at the Blackstone. All right, shelves on the Blackstone, they don't fold down. There are 2 knobs underneath that you have to tighten up, and they pull right out, and then you can hang them up. There is a hole there that you can hang them up on something, but they do, like I said, they go right in like this, and then there's knobs underneath that you got to tighten up in order to hold them into place. All right, let's take a look at the burners and how they're lit and everything. This is the Camp Chef. On the Camp Chef, they have independent controls for each one. A little clicker that turns them on. It should light up just like that. So in this case, if I wanted to just light the 2 center ones and have colder zones on the outside, I can do that on the Camp Chef. Or if I want them all, I can just light them all. So it's a nice little feature on the Camp Chef. All right, igniting the Blackstone is, you've got an igniter on this side, it's battery operated, you got 1 igniter, you got to start from this side and work your way across. You turn around like that, it fires up like that, you go to the next one, and there it goes, and then to your 3rd one, and then to your fourth one. And once they're all lit, then you can turn them down at some point. So like if I want to go with just the two inner ones, you can go like that and like that. And then to reignite them, you gotta fire it back up and hit the igniter again. And then the outside one, yeah, the outside one, there it goes. So I honestly kind of like the Camp Chef a little bit better in this case. It just seems like it's a little bit more reliable. All right, so there's the back side of the griddles. On the left is the Blackstone. You can see it is bigger. It's 720 square inches. And the Camp Chef on the right is 604 square inches. So definitely the Blackstone's bigger. We've got some angle iron up there, out there for some reinforcement. And we got like a stiffener plate / diffuser plate on the Camp Chef. Another thing, if you're looking at the color difference, is once again, you can see that the Camp Chef is seasoned on all sides, whereas the Blackstone is not. All right, let's break down the specifics. We've got the Camp Chef FTG 600 versus the Blackstone 1554. Here's the specifics. The griddle is 604 square inches on the Camp Chef. It's 720 on the Blackstone. The Camp Chef is seasoned both sides. The Blackstone is not seasoned both sides. The grill is included with Camp Chef. The grill is optional on the Blackstone at $65. On Amazon, that's where I saw that. You might be able to find it cheaper. There are 4 burners on the Camp Chef. They have independent lighting for each burner, whereas the Blackstone has 4 burners. You got to light one to get them all. Believe me, folks, you saw me do it here, but I played around with it a lot to get all 4 of them to come on at the same time. There were like 6 takes for me to get there, and I was a little disappointed. I might have to call customer service at Blackstone to see why that's doing that. I don't get it. There's 2 shelves on the Camp Chef, which are foldable. There are 2 shelves on the Blackstone. They just pull out. The burners are 12,000 BTUs each on the Camp Chef. They're 15,000 BTU each on the Blackstone. The price on the Camp Chef is $299, whereas the price on the Blackstone is $234. If you add the grill in there, it's almost a little bit more than the Camp Chef. So what would I pick? Stay tuned. Well, that's what I would pick right there. The Camp Chef, I'm not looking for portability. I'm looking for something that's going to be reliable every day. The windscreen is a big deal for me. If anybody's cooked on a flat top before, the wind's blowing and you don't have something, and I see people doing all sorts of things with tin foil on that to kind of cut down the wind. Blackstone needs to fix that. The independent lighting on the Camp Chef, that impressed me. I struggled with the Blackstone. I played with that for, like I said, I did 6 takes. I bet I was playing with that for 30 minutes. And I am going to call their customer service to see why that's not working right. The folding shelves, I like that also. Nice deal. Obviously, the biggest thing for not the biggest thing, but one of the bigger things for me is the fact that this is also a grill, and that works really nice. So, folks, there it is. I know this is probably one of the longest videos I've ever made. I hope you made it all the way through. I apologize for this, but I wanted to do very detailed for you so you get an idea of the differences between the Camp Chef and the Blackstone. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, thumbs up, and as always, really, I can't say it enough. Thanks for watching.